Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Crankcake, Karabo. I hope you're good, I hope you're peachy, I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, whoopsie. Happens to the best of us. Nobody's really like kosher. Even though everybody's trying to act like everything is alright. Okay, one seckie. How's that working out? I moved something that was obstructing the view of another light of sorts. Anywho, so it's the 1st of January 2023 and it's New Year's Day and I'm just like, whatever, okay. Do you choose what you want to choose? Opt up or down? It doesn't really matter at this stage. Like, not anymore anyway. What do I want to say? I'm gonna wash this hair today. I'm like so decisive. I did not work out. Because get New Year's Day. I mean, it's a public holiday. I'm sorry, no, I'm being lazy, but I'll definitely go back tomorrow because then I'm gonna spread. I am going to spread like jam on your bread and I can't afford to do any of that. Why am I even bothering to detach? I don't know. Like, yeah, look, I'm gonna wash my hair in this state. We'll see how things go. I've been wanting to, but not quite getting around to it. But nobody cares. It doesn't matter. Does anybody even notice that my hair is doing a strange thing? I'll tell you what's noticeable. My white cast sunscreen is noticeable, especially on my brows. It's like still chilling there. It literally just hangs there and makes them gray. Next time I might just put some like black pencil or something here. Like I have one. No, I don't have pencils. I don't have mascara. I don't have anything, but it's there. Anyway, let's just put some caveats out there. No, I'm not wearing application makeup. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'll decide. Let it be a surprise, like a Jack in the Box. And if at all it's there, understand it's gonna be bouncing around like a happy baby. That's just what happens in life when stuff is bouncy. So don't come at me with a flying kick. Okay, another one, my captions. They're not always accurate, just kind of look out for that. My captions. Anyway, like, who cares, right? Like, nobody cares. And that's because it's the tribulation, so I guess if you're listening to me during the tribulation, it's like the shallowness of inaccurate captions is not really a thing anymore, is it now? No need to be looking at strange stuff. I don't have time to edit them. Yeah, anyway. I'm still, and I don't desire to remove them either because I think they're cute, so they're staying. It is presently, like I said, it's New Year's Day. I'm under a lot of attack. I think I'm always under attack. Like, every day it's like, like, I'm saying, guys, like, I don't know, like, hey, as in all the best. Yeah, let's just put that out there. All the best. Gotta human sacrifice rituals alone. All the best, with your seances. All the best. I'm not going anywhere. I'm getting stronger. I'm a believer. Ooh, I'm a believer. I'm just getting stronger. Just saying. I'm all by me lonesome again on the yard today, and it's like, wow, leg room much. And I don't care. I mean, agumnandi when it's just me, like, proper. Anyway, look, I'll wash this hair today. Exercise self-control. I will wash it. But how am I gonna wash it? Am I gonna wash it like Iliso? Like, just kind of, massage in the shampoo into, like, regions, regions. But, like, leave it like this in this protective knot. I don't want to take it out. I told you I want a lazy hairstyle that's gonna help me to continue to grow my hair. Okay, so let's have a conversation briefly about my hyperpigmentation. Does anybody think it's fading? Does anybody believe it's fading? It was all underneath my chin too at some point. Does it look like it's fading? Kojic acid, it did that. Anyway, look, whatever. As in, it's a jungle out there. It's a jungle, and I'm not singing. I'm not doing it. It's a jungle, and I'm like, as in, do you watch out for the whoa tree? Tarzan, watch out for the tree. Little Tumpaki Mudimu. I've been saying it. Like, I'm so exhausted of seeing random stuff. Like, And never mind seeing random stuff, but I'm under attack. Again. It's like New Year's. Were you grunting over a fire naked? Guys, come out with it. Is that what you were doing? Yesterday when people were hooking up fireworks, bombing them in the sky. Just be honest. I promise I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge. Were you grunting over a fire all naked, drawing red circles on your chest? Oh, is that what you were doing? Cause why am I so overwhelmed? That's what happens when you guys do that kind of stuff. Just come out with it. Promise I won't tell. I won't tell. I won't tell. Were you naked over a fire, grunting, chanting, saying Hail Satan? Were you? Were you? I'm not gonna tell. How can you tell I'm not gonna tell? Cause I said so. Like, yo, I'm tired. I keep... Crunchap, you guys think I work for the Kingdom of Darkness. You think I as a maid. You think I'm your Kingdom of Darkness maid, always all up in this grill, coming here to clean up after you dirt. My survival is rescuing some people. Mara, you think I am the maid, I'm the cleaning staff. Y'all need to understand, it don't work like that. It's that basic. I'm so exhausted. I'm out of my mind. Ooh, with exhaustion. Every day in Hlongwane is always just suffering. Like what? I'm tired. I can't. Y'all hopping over fires. Like guys. That's like it. That's the Ugubola Bolili. Like rot. I'm sorry. No. Like y'all need to stop. I don't work for the Kingdom of Darkness. I work for Jesus. And all of y'all be thinking, I'm here to spoon feed you. Nah, my scalp is too itchy to be spoon feeding anybody. Go find somebody else. Go find somebody else. Go work 24 hours a day without a break. Just chanting and grunting over mullah. Y'all gonna get hurt something bad. Like, something bad. Like, inappropriate response. Something bad. Something bad. Something bad. You know, something bad. Can I just put something out there? Like, I keep putting it out there. Like, hell is real. Hell's real. Yeah, and because that place is real, it doesn't matter that you are just grabbing nuggets from my ministry and running with them. That's the dreams that I got last night, and I'm just like, you know what, get the new year. I told you guys that your resolution should be to like I said yesterday, throw away thievery and go to church or something. Cause this is getting old. It's getting old. Oh, I'm sorry, when I'm singing it makes me cringe. He's getting old. Like, it's not gonna do anything for you to sort of kind of look really cool like a Christian when you're not, okay? Like, I can bury Kelly Luna. I can bury Kelly Luna. I can bury Kelly Luna. So when I was like 18, 17 years old, I was dating this irresponsible nitwit. Let's say 18. I could have been matric or something, whatever. But yeah, I was in high school and he was out of high school. And this dude was like the Gen Zs of the 21st century. Yeah, you know how these kids like to experiment with older women because apparently it's fashionable and popular. So I was like his 18-year-old girlfriend and he was like 21. I was his 17-year-old girlfriend, he was 21. Or I was 18, he was 22, whatever. He was 4 years older than me, okay? And one time we went to go hang out at this one chick's house. Like, I could not understand why my boyfriend knew so many older women. I mean, guys, you know, like, he was 22. It's older when you're like 27. Like, it's thoroughly older. I might not see it that way today. Now 27-year-olds are babies to me. But like, as a 17-year-old girl, if you are just hanging out with a 22-year-old guy, what's Skokwan? What are you doing, Skogu? You know what I mean? Anyway, whatever, fine. So here's this guy. He takes me, like, we go to some place to hang out one time, that when we were chilling all together, and it was the house. Like, this boyfriend of mine, in and of himself, was staying at home with his parents, but we went to go and visit some chick whose apartment it was some colored chick, right? It was her house, and she was hosting some friends over, and my boyfriend basically carried me. He took me with him, okay, to that place, because I guess I was there for the day, and they had told themselves, okay, let's go hang out. Yeah. I've always been very smart. That's what's good. Even as a kid, I've always been somewhat kind of low-key good at general knowledge, because that's what smart people do. They just know random stuff. So I'm that girl when it comes to quiz games. I'm that girl when it comes to, like, what do you call it? General knowledge. Like, you know, little puzzles and little quizzes. Like, back in the day when the Weakest Link was like a whole show in South Africa, I used to tune into it just to basically gauge if at all I would win the show, right? Because then they would ask questions and I'd be like, da, and I'd be able to answer, and I'd be like, oh snap, it's a pity I'm not old enough to be on the Weakest Link, because I totally win. Like, that's what's good, right? I used to answer questions quite well, so I could play games and win and do very well. Like 30 seconds, any quizzy kind of game, I was that girl. Anybody that would attempt to come here and tell a fib and say that that's not me is, again, like I said, telling a fib, okay? Even my colleagues at MTN, December, whenever we would bring board games and play 30 seconds, I used to slay them. I was the queen. Is that basic? Like, I'm the 30-second queen. I am the quiz game queen. Like, yeah. Every other board game, maybe not that great. Monopoly might just knock me upside the head. Snakes and ladders, I might just get swallowed by a snake or go down a chute. I don't know. But bring me a quiz game and I'm winning. Because that's what's good. That's always been my favor. That's always what's favoring me. Now that you've put that in your little bag and banked it, let's go back to talking about the story of this, like, 28-year-old chick that my boyfriend somehow knew. Okay? I get that I was very shy as well as a kid. I was withdrawn. I didn't talk very much because I was scared of people. But if I had a little bit of alcohol in my body, I could, loosen up a little bit, but even then, not too much. Okay? Yeah, and yes, I was drinking alcohol that night, like everybody was drinking alcohol, and yeah, whatever. We start out hanging out, and the first thing that I noticed when we went into that house, right? We went into that house, there were these colored chicks, hanging out together. The house belonged to a colored chick, and she was with her friends. And we are out here in this joint. Yeah. Okay, as we walk in, and my boyfriend is like, forward, wapapa. Greets everybody. Hey, yo, what's up? Hi, guys. Hi. And everybody hugs everybody. And my boyfriend, right, like I was immediate, and y'all know this whole thing with main chicks and side chicks and whatnot. I was the main chick. Let's just put that out there. Not that I was content with that, but like, when you're a kid, to a point where you're content with just being irechte. Whatever, I was this guy's rechte, meaning that everywhere I went with this bugaboo, I was being introduced to anyone new as, hi, medium Karabo, hi, this is medium Karabo, this is, Kineilwe, Karabo, this is Pinky, Karabo, this is John, Karabo, this is Reggie, Karabo, this is Temba. All of y'all medium Karabo, and that's how it would be. Like, that's just how it was. And at that stage, we had been dating over a year. It was like just common knowledge that that's how I get introduced, Go inside this house, and my boyfriend is all like flamboyant on some hello everybody, like star of the show. Everybody greets him and everybody else that we went there with, because it wasn't just the two of us. Okay, he didn't have his own car at the time, so we were obviously being driven by some other friends of his. Yeah, and we get in, they greet these colored chicks and what have you, and my boyfriend just glides over my intro. I'm like there as this very shy chick, like extremely shy. Do you understand what I'm saying? And my boyfriend doesn't introduce me, and so I'm just like, hi everyone, hi everyone, hi. I'm Karabo. Hi everyone. Hi. I'm Karabo. Hi. And I noticed that all the girls that were there, they greeted me properly. They were like, hi Karabo, whatever. Hi Karabo, how are you, whatever. Moving on. But there was this one chick, the one who actually stayed there, the one who actually lived there. She was like, hi. Like, she scanned me up and down like, yeah, like I stank or something, with her hello that was released with great difficulty. Okay, whatever. It didn't matter, right? I then noticed that my boyfriend is like very super friendly with the host of this, basically the person who owns this house, this apartment, who lived here, right? He's super nice and friendly. My ex-boyfriend, I was in high school, right? He was out of school, and I'd always been very shy. And for those reasons, I didn't talk very much. He did not know my level of intelligence. I told you guys that back in the day, rough. And on top of that, like, relationships were not meaningful. Yeah. Like, my boyfriend didn't even know what subject set I took at school. He did not even know my surname until we were dating for like 14-15 months, like over a year. Then only he learned what my surname was. Then only did I learn what his surname was. It was that bad, the situation. So we weren't really dating. I don't know what we were doing. Okay, cool. Very well. Just bank that information. Alright, I apologize if it's glitchy and there's a speech lag, Lana, but I'm trying to tell a story and I hope that the information is capturing, even though there's a speech lag. Okay? Yeah, this boyfriend of mine, therefore, did not know the level of giftedness that I had up here. He was not aware just what a scholar I was, how academic I was at school. The guy did not know much. He didn't know much about me. It me go jol wanje, rough. That's why you guys must just not jol rough when you're kids. Like, just leave it alone, okay? Wait until the right time. And you, not that right, what's the right time? Courtship. So you can get married. Instead of because you intelligent women, you gifted smart chicks. Ni your jola na balloon. That's why you will end up dating a balloon that don't make sense for you. Mara, who cute? Balloon ya tengi cute intle. Ina le smile se sentle. Ina ma dimple le balloon so unayo. When you're busy, you crunching numbers in school. And this dude can't even piece together a sentence grammatically that is sound. Yeah, go to na you balloon ya corner. O bloma na ujola ne balloon. I was dating a balloon. And I was intelligent, and this balloon did not know that I was intelligent. Okay? He did not know just what a beast I was in school. Anyway, whatever. So here's my balloon and I'm in this joint with these older women, and one of them is giving me hard knock shade, and the one that's giving me hard knock shade lives there. It's her apartment. She's older. She's like 27, 8. My boyfriend is like 22, right? And initially I was inclined to think that nothing's going on here. Like, there's nothing going on. I mean, why would my boyfriend a business singaga? She's too old for him. Even though there was, activity between the two of them that made me very uneasy. Alright? There was activity between the two of them that made me very uneasy. But we're here at this place. This apartment. This decent looking apartment of this obviously young professional woman. She's got her own apartment and what have you. Okay? Yeah, she's doing okay for herself in life. Yeah. This colored chick was so mean to me that evening. She was so mean to me. Like, so incredibly mean. Anyway, whatever. One time I asked to use the bathroom because I had to go and pee. And she shows me where her bathroom is at. And as I went to the bathroom, and when I came back out, she and my boyfriend walked, they kind of pulled apart from each other. Ingati, they were flirting. This guy thought I was dumb, and so he imagined that it was okay. Like, he thought that I was not able to basically pick up cues in the room, that's a woman that he has slept with in the past, and the two of them likely have a contract. Like, it's not serious. That's why he could bring a chick that a girl that he was with that night. He could bring her over to her apartment because the two of them had entered into a contract that every so often we do what we do with each other, but it's not serious. It can't be serious. And my boyfriend was prepared for that to be a thing, because think about it in the context of, so he's older than me, but think about the context of an older woman with a much younger man that's not as financially strong as her. A lot of times these older women tell themselves, you're cute, I like you, don't get too deep, don't get intense, Oedipus, right? We're just partying, I'll pay for your drinks, I'll be your sugar mama, but don't get deep. Just give me my needs. Like, you know, Beyonce's I promise not to let no bills get behind. You best believe they're gonna be on time, sugar mama. Yeah, she's just sugar mama. She's not really trying to get married or have a very serious man in her life. She just wants somebody with whom she can play every so often. That's not going to be latching onto her with boyfriend heaviness. Yeah. This chick, I believe, had that kind of contract with my boyfriend. You know, when you date rough and just feel like, anyway, yeah, you know, I'm she's gone past some crazy roads. Yeah. So that's the guy that I was in love with, that guy like no man's business. Let's just put that out there. And I guess that's why I stuck around. Like, yeah. But then after I got to university, I was like, this is not my thing. We're not doing this anymore. When I got out of high school, I was like, this life, it's over. I'm not living this life. I'm not about that business. I'm not about that business. Like, this is not my life. Now, but prior to that, this is what I was doing with this random Okie that I was too in love with, like, frankly, for the kind of character of a man that he was. I was too in love with him. Like, you can't be in love with a guy like that. It's just dangerous. Anyway, whatever. For the soul and for the heart, lo and behold, in the future, indeed, it would be displayed that that was a problem for me to be in that joint. But you know, rough. I'm trying to discourage you guys from doing that. But let's finish the story. I get out of the bathroom, and when I open the door, they break up from each other. Ingati, they were caressing and making out and kissing or flirting with each other in my absence, while everybody was just like, yo, this mess that's going on. Like, literally looking at these two flirting while the little tiny high school girlfriend is in the bathroom. Like, but I guess that's just what happens when you have a contract with a sugar mama. The sugar mama gonna be looking at the little girl on some, so I see you brought your little baby girl today. You brought your little child today. Yeah, you brought one of your little school girlfriends today to your sugar mama's house. You bad boy. Whoa. Like, they had that whole vibe going. My ex-boyfriend, however, for whatever reason, did not quite imagine that I was picking up on that. I was picking up on it, but I didn't raise it. I let it go because I was not about to cause a scene, and I was shy, and I was full of compromise and settling. I was full of just taking a lot of rubbish in my stride. And so even though I could pick this thing up because I'm smart, but don't nobody know because I'm always quiet. And don't nobody know because don't nobody ask. Yeah. Anyway, the night continues, and then this chick whips out a game of 30 seconds. Alright? She whips out a game of 30 seconds on some guys. Let's play 30 seconds. And we play 30 seconds, and I'm getting a little manzified now. Because, you know, I'm drinking whatever they're drinking. Kisavana, or what you call this thing, Hunter's Dry. One of those ciders. And so I'm getting a little less, withdrawn, a little less shy. My inhibitions are a little less, they're coming out a little bit more. They're peeping out like a peeping Tom. And so I'm starting to relax, even though I can tell this chick has got hostility. At some point, this chick, let's just carry on telling the story. She kept on referring to me as a child. I mean, look, I've always looked younger than my age, even when I was in school. Even though I was tall and skinny, but I never ever looked the same age as my cousin, for instance, who was my exact age. Everybody always imagined I was a couple of grades below her when we were in school. So they were surprised whenever they would hear that we were both in the same grade, type establishment thing. So even at 18, I guess I could have perhaps maybe still looked 15. At 18, I could have still looked 16. I don't know. Yeah, and this chick just like imagined me like so young that my my boyfriend was basically committing chicken murder, according to her. Maybe chicken murder. This chick, look, is 18 with a 22-year-old chicken murder? I don't think so. It's a little old for as young as I was, but as you get older and you're like 20 with a 24-year-old or you're 24 with a 28-year-old, it gets better. But anyway, whatever, I did not feel like it was chicken murder, but this chick treated me ingati boyfriend yam ilete like ichichi lase primary or something. She treated me like I was a child. Like, you know the way that you would yell at a child. John, no! Johnny, what are you doing? No! Johnny, come on! Johnny, I said don't touch that! Johnny, like, whoa. Like, yeah, this chick was speaking to me like that, and everybody was like, my boyfriend did nothing about it, and everybody, while they were not also mean to me, did nothing about it. It's like they felt as if though this chick was like my parent, my mother, and you're the mom, so you get to discipline your child however you want, even if really, frankly, you're overkilling. Why you keep on yelling at the kid? So the kid, this chick treated me like I was a child. Like everything in a kid's she was 5 seconds away from from spanking me. She was 5 seconds away from slapping my wrist. Yeah, it was very condescending, like in the worst way. But you see, that's just what happens when you allow yourself to be the sugar mama of some dude. When he brings an age-appropriate chick along, you're gonna treat her like she's a child, and that it's just stupid because it's a blow to your ego, your self-esteem. So this thing with women thinking they can be like men and gain benefits, you know, friends with benefits, sexual benefits out of a relationship with a guy. What is this, thinking that they can do like with no attachments? It's naive because this chick was obviously reacting that way out of jealousy. She was treating me so terribly as she was out of jealousy. And while I was young, indeed, this phone is giving me glitches, and I really hope that my message is recording. While indeed I was young, I was not so young that I would deserve to be treated like that. Like, not even my own mom treated me like that. No one treated me like that in the world at that stage. And this colored chick just really had a field day with me, and I was very shy, very withdrawn at the time, and I was not yet quite the protagonist that I am. I wasn't as seditious as I am, trying to come up against authority and stuff like that. That is despotic or whatever. I wasn't the beast that I am today. I had not established that resolve yet, even though all that stuff of course was in me. At some point it came out, didn't it? It was like like skin underneath an onion that's buried deep within, like things that a person can do. Babushka doll, they get revealed over time. Yeah, that was always chilling in me, dormant, but it was yet to come out because I was a kid and I was, you know, learning the world, discovering myself, all that jazz. And it didn't help that I came with like a shy personality as well. That didn't help. And so I allowed this chick to treat me like trash. But the point of this particular message is not even so much trying to discourage people from Ben 10s and sugar mommying and chicken murdering. Yes, like be afraid, be very afraid, stuff like that. Walk away. I've got other days when I speak about things of that nature, but I'm getting to another point right now. This chick, she whips out a game of 30 seconds. Okay? Booyah. Whoops out a game of 30 seconds. Was that the first time in my life when I played 30 seconds? I think it actually might have been the first time I ever played 30 seconds, because I fell so in love with the game that later on I would go on right ahead to purchase 30 seconds for myself, because I played it so many times across the board that I was like, this is like my total favorite game. I realized that I love quizzy board games. I really like quizzy board games. Anyway, whatever. So this chick whipped out a game of 30 seconds. And I did not know what it was, but it was full of a whole bunch of questions and what have you, cues and whatnot, and we were all playing, and we had teams, okay? We were all playing and we created teams. So not teams, just two teams. It was like we were not that many that we would need like multiple teams. It could have been like a team A and team B. And me and this chick and I were in opposite teams. I don't know if my boyfriend was on my team. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that the 30 seconds game commenced, and I'm dealing right now with grown young professional women and men that are, I guess they're men at this stage, but they're younger than these women, and I'm the only one there that's pretty much in high school. Okay, still, yeah, type establishment thing. And guys, I lambasted them like I'm punching them. Give us Sahile. My team was blessed for having me. I killed it, because that's just what I do when we play 30 seconds. Like, I killed it, okay? Here it is that cues were being given. We start playing 30 seconds, and as soon as like a cue would be raised, I'd answer Eiffel Tower, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And I got excited that I was winning, you know, like on some yeah, and everyone was getting excited. And one time I was like, I don't know what I did. I was basically celebrating and maybe high-fiving somebody, and then I like kind of braised this chick's like maybe body from just gesturing around from all of my excitement from basically winning 30 seconds. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this chick was like, wow, what you doing? You're such a child. How old is she? And she looks at my boyfriend. She's like, how old is she? Not even asking me. She's not even like, how old are you? Like, you're acting like a child, right? And she's like, wow, what are you doing? You're pushing me. How old is she? I'm just some excited little child and atom on the spot. And she broke my heart when she said that. My boyfriend, again, he was just this namby-pamby rando that did not stand for me. It broke my heart. It caused me to be calmer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, basically just kind of low-key chill out on my excitement for winning my games the way that I was. But I brought my team to victory. I can't really say single-handedly, but I'm smart. And I was in the presence of these grown women, right? And I was basically slaying them in general knowledge. They were older than me, and I was killing them in this game, right? However, those that were on my side, I guess, were glad that I was killing them. And this chick, because she was busy fraternizing with my boyfriend, it was clear she was jealous of what was going on between the two of us. She was jealous of our relationship because she obviously liked my boyfriend. She was likely sleeping with him. And so when you are with a guy and then he brings some little child, you are going to want to minimize her as much as you possibly can. And then when she starts to like lambaste you on 30 seconds, it's like, goodness, she's just a child and now she's better at 30 seconds. She's in my house. She's with my man. No, girl, she's with her man and you're sleeping with him. It's the other way around. But you're always going to feel entitled to a person that's not yours in the climate of his main person. Like, that's just the sorrow of the mistress. You know, you out here passing the wife shade and stalking the living daylights out of her to see if she's better than you. And when you discover that she is, you then get all upset that, but like, you put yourself in a position to feel insecure. You put yourself in a position to get heartbroken because the man that you're busy sleeping with has somebody that he is more happy to acknowledge in the world as his than you. Anyway, whatever. This chick was obviously with my guy, but you know, you just settle for rubbish when you're a child. That's why you should just not date as a kid recreationally, because you don't even know yourself. You don't even know when you're taking nonsense in your stride. You don't even know that your boyfriend can thoroughly take you to his sex buddy's house, and she will be one of those mature women that won't even let you know or even hint that she's with your man. And the two of y'all will basically make a fool out of you in the room. That's what was happening with me that day. But I like basically slayed everybody in that game of 30 seconds and caused my team, or the team that I was on, to win. And that over there, despite me having basically brought all these grown-ups, aba hefty, aba sindayo, little logs of like human beings, I brought them to victory. And despite bringing my particular group to victory, and so therefore being the star of the particular party, come on, yeah, the star of the day, like this chick that this guy, let's say his name was Jabu, this chick that Jabu brought caused us to win 30 seconds. We slayed. Like, that's what's good. Instead of them giving credit where it's due and being mature, like what it is that Paul was to Timothy, who I guess was being counseled, given that he was living in an era or a time or an age or just a world at all that underestimates people based on age. When then a person kind of proves themselves as worth a while in spite of age, whoever is mature in the room ought like give credit where it's due. You need to be like, okay, look, I underestimated you. I'm sorry, girl. Like, okay, look, fine. So I thought that you couldn't be trusted because you were just 12. Fine. I did not imagine that given that you're just 21, you couldn't kick the job of being a CEO. All right. But look at you bringing the company around. Look at you transforming the bottom line. Look at you bringing us out of liquidation, near liquidation. Look at you flip the model. Look at you basically transform what looked like a dying organization into a thriving, whole economic powerhouse and market leader. You did that and you're just 21. We didn't trust you because, your dad's little boy and the company belonged to daddy and daddy gave it to you when he retired, and we were just like, I'm like 37. Why is my boss 21? Why is that even happening? I'm 37. Why is my boss 21? But when that boss flips an entire company, that's when then he stops being 21 and he just starts being the CEO. He stops being 21 and starts being the CEO. So I guess when you are a certain kind of human being, you gotta prove yourself that much harder, that much more intensely for people to finally respect you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And ageism is just one of the issues in this world, where it is that you underestimate a person based on age, either because they're too old or too young for a certain thing. You underestimate them, and other things are sex, gender, underestimated because they're female or male. You underestimate a person because they, another thing that could also be an issue is race, color, of skin. It can be a myriad of things that could cause discrimination in a room, but once a person has proven that y'all underestimated me for no other reason than the fact that I look a particular way, or I speak a particular way, or I am a particular height, or I am a particular age, or you get my point, for whatever, like, you know, factors that might have contributed to the mistreatment of such an individual as this. Once they have proven themselves, y'all need to do what is right and honorable and lay out a yellow, red, pink, purple carpet, whatever might be the carpet in question here that is the honor carpet, and let the guy walk on it, let the chick walk on it like proper. Just allow the kid to roll on that carpet if he wants, because of the fact that they've done something that nobody else could. They've achieved something that don't nobody else succeed at generally, or other people take a good 20,000 years to achieve the same goal that this dude hooked up in an hour. So you know, that's what our saying here in black culture in South Africa means. Monafa, to gel us down, like give credit where it's due. That's what I'm getting at. Like if a person slays you even though she's like 2 years old, hey, just let that baby gain the glory. Movie set, yeah, look who's talking. Because I mean, really and truly, if a 2-year-old slays you on the athletics patch, look who's talking now. Like, let that baby talk. Why? Because the baby proved that they can slay you in athletics. I mean, of course, we're speaking extreme examples in that regard, but what I'm trying to explain, Lana, is that you know you've come to the very end of the planet when don't nobody try to acknowledge success when one has walked in it in the room. When people are no longer interested in admitting ukuthi no Lana, Grandshap, come on, no Monafa, to gel us down. When you don't want to just give credit where it's due because somebody has flipped the model and somebody has corrected a situation that other people struggled to correct. On that day, when you don't want to, when you call bitter sweet and sweet bitter and right wrong and wrong right and everything is upside down and good evil, evil good, hamban your border. Do that. When you want to go and butterfly, when you want to go and kill something that has resuscitated everybody and brought them back to life, guys, waiting, somebody's gonna walk out here with a cast. Somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna leave here with a blue eye. Yo, like I told you guys that Mudimu, the Lord God Almighty, is about to rapture the body of Christ. I mean, that's like totally happening, you know what I'm saying? Like it or not. Yo, that's happening. And when it does happen, you gonna realize that Ishsan, if only, like, you're gonna be scratching yourself even more than my little head scratcher over here on some, why did we not give credit where it was due? Why am I life the flames? Why under heaven did we not just see that this situation is rubbish and out of hand? Flames. Batong, if God be God, serve God. If Baal be God, serve Baal. Lomuntu called out to God and he burnt the sacrifice at Mount Carmel. Marali busy sentinelly fisam did not in the occult. Jaka my shorts over here. Another angle, another experiment, another test. Maybe we are gonna find the show that Christianity ain't jack. Hi buddy. You tying a new knot. Okay, this is what's good. Mudiban's gonna be like, wait a king, more lifing. Kifilang carrots wang mo baneng baminaiza. Hakinataba when out about fee who fasali fito how much. I don't care how much you can tie a knot. But the bottom line is I am God and I unravel. And then I put stuff together. That's what I do. And if I have said ga, gavel is down, guilty, ga, gavel is down, innocent, ga, sentence is past 10 years, ga, acquitted. When I say that, like it is what it is. But you, nah, humanity, that's you, bugaboo. You make me wanna throw my pager out the window, sell my house so I can move, cause you a bugaboo. When you go and you grab good and you call it evil, when you go and call upside down, right way up, when you go and call bitter, sweet, sweet, bitter, when you go call black, white, white, black, when there is literally absolutely no absolute truth, just a like gray matter. It's a king, no, who lookile, guys. Alright, when about to have to win 27,000 Hunger Games. When the poor chick has won all the Hunger Games and you keep on doing catching fire over and over and over again. You know how in the Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen and Finnick and all those other people that had won the original Hunger Games had to be put in the All-Stars Hunger Games again. Yeah, when you do stuff like that, God brings the world to an end. When you keep on putting a person to a test, when things that don't work, you keep on fostering, hesharing. Yeah, that's when the Lord is like, I'm sorry. Well, goodness, you start take my children. And then you guys are gonna have to deal with that another tribulation. Man, see how you deal with that. May the odds be ever in your favor. Booyah. The Lord's gonna do that. Like, you don't just get to put people through inevitable, ongoing wire trials, bringing all different kinds of different monsters all up in their grill to see if maybe this time they will cave. If at all they've proven that God is God, and you don't want God. I'm working like a dog to prove that God is God. I'm trying to open your eyes to the reality of a God that is going to condemn you for eternity if you continue like this. I'm not just doing this because I like just rapping on a rooftop. Nah. It's actually for your souls. It's what you must understand. Like, yo, what I'm doing right now is snatching souls even from the flames of hell. I'm not just out here trying to show you my gift of the gab, my power of oratory, the fact that I'm so great with using metaphors and all different kinds of analogies. I'm just so excellent at talking, I can do it all day. No, I literally don't want to do it all day. I don't. And for me to have to keep on coming here 10 years on end, and people are like, outie-spawn, obatlang, diheleng, kannete. You just want to go to hell? Is that what we're doing? Yo, prophet of Baal. Like, I have proven that God is God. And you don't want to move aside? Do you know what happens to people who don't want to move aside when the Lord keeps on proving to them that He is God? They endure severity of judgment. Only look at what happened with Pharaoh. It is written in God's word that he hardened his heart. And as a result of his heart being hardened, he ended up losing a child and stuff. And you guys are about to endure such severities of losses in your lives. Not only losing people, but in and of yourselves, you're going to lose your lives. You're going to find yourselves in the eternal lake of fire. You're going to find yourselves before a holy God telling you, depart from me, worker of iniquity, I never knew you. You're going to find yourself in an environment where it is that you can't get out. And on that day, you're going to wish you could go back. You're going to wish you could go back to the earth and do a better thing. You're going to wish you could return to planet Earth and repent because you were literally made to sit as in front of a fireplace before a mighty and a holy God speaking through his servant, trying to snatch you from your incendiary agenda. And all you could do was think about, like, basically romanticize smooching a woman that thinks you're disgusting just by mere virtue of being a member of the occult. You've got hard knock halitosis, but you're trying to tongue wrestle the chick. You want to go and lay with a woman that does not like dead people, even though she sees them like the chick, the child in The Sixth Sense. You are Nicolas Cage, and the child that sees dead people is seeing you, and yet you think you're the shrink out here giving counsel to a kid that is disturbed mentally. Like, you need to understand and grasp with every bone in your body the fact that I'm doing this work whether or not you like me, whether or not you want to tongue wrestle me, whether or not you want to lay with me, whether or not, just like with my ex-boyfriend, you want to play around all over the show. Unale, a good girl by your side, and yet you bring her to your mistress. That's what's good. Like, men like that are trying to pursue me. Men who've got histories of playing girls so bad, and now they want me because it's just what you've been doing all along. Yeah, you want to try and see if you can't do what you've been doing all along because you've been that great player, dude. You so great at banking chicks that you're gonna finally get Karabo, and so you whip her with a whole bunch of witchcraft, like busy gakorobela, like no man's business, hoping to once, for the last time in your life, ultimately basically finally bank the unbankable, and so prove you are the player to note. The player of the decade. You want to prove that you are that guy on Gakara Ofiklile. You've arrived. You are the hunter of the day. You can poach any animal in this wilderness and get it in your household. You are the guy that can bank any woman, including the most stubborn Christian girl. And so for those reasons, for the sake of your, like, daggone ego, you are literally condemning yourself, even though the message I speak is that severely convicting. So you just want to go to hell. Like, that's the thing, it's real. And something inside you can tell that it's real. But just like that random colored chick all up in my grizzly treating me like I'm a child, you are just spitting all over me, even though I have clearly slayed you. Even though that's what's good. That day, that particular fateful day, where it is that I was with my boyfriend, having this chick treat me like a second. What doonje chicky? Stop. I wish she had met the now version of me. It was gonna get heavy that night. Somebody was gonna have to go home. Some tooth was gonna get broken up in that monster. But nah, I'm chill now. I'm a Christian. I'm Bible believing. I'm relaxed now. That's what's good. Mara, if she had met the now version of me, I was not gonna last. But I guess we stuck around until like 3-4 a.m. Everybody. That's what's good. I stuck around because I swallowed all of that vitriol all up in my grill, all of that mistreatment of my person, even though I had displayed that I'm queen. And what was the grandest travesty of the day was the fact that nobody stood for me, even though I slayed. Nobody stood for me. Nobody stood for me. I helped the team win 30 seconds and they celebrated for all of 5 seconds. And then after I helped the team win 30 seconds, they then just went back to, I guess, Ugupuza and talking a whole bunch of stuff. And I was always very quiet. So, and again, she had like mocked me and teased me and dissed me so much that I was also self-aware. So I was actively avoiding talking that day. So I did that night. So I just kept quiet the whole time until we ultimately left. And nobody was even trying to reel me back in. Nobody was trying to comfort me, not even my boyfriend. He was a little bit of an Uncle Tom that moment. Ingati, he was settling for the regime that was taking over his girlfriend. And to him it was like, insofar as we obey, man, baby, if we just obey, nobody's gonna give us problems. So just like a nice little Uncle Tom, he out here like sold out his girlfriend. Yeah, whatever. That day, nobody had my back, even though I was a queen. Yeah. And I guess that was my first taste of not being given credit where it is due. I had a history, I guess, in the run-up to that day of having, I guess, initially been underestimated by perhaps teachers in school, when then the first, test would come that we all would write. And I'm out here hooking up like 85-90%. Then the teacher would be like, and then all of a sudden I had favor from my teachers. Yeah, teachers treating you like you're nothing. All of you get in the classes at the very beginning of the year, and grade 8, very beginning of the first year of high school, and you're all just like these mini kids that are going to smell like sweat at some point as the months progress. And then by the time the first term is over, the teacher already has the kid that she's always asking to go to the staff room for her, the kid that she's always calling to basically be class monitor when everybody's out, the kid that's that, and she chooses those children because of their discipline, never mind their discipline, but also their academic performance. And I was that girl that was ignored initially, and the teacher eventually started liking me. I had a history of proving myself and then finally getting the kudos. Yeah. But here it is that this colored chick was just unprepared. And do you know what the thing that made that chick, one second. Do you know what the thing was that made that colored chick unprepared to acknowledge credit where it is due? It is because she had sinned in the run-up too. She had slept with my boyfriend, or at least I suspected, and I imagine I was right. Right? She had something going on with my boyfriend, and I could smell it. It stank. Yeah, it stank and whatnot. And so because of that indiscretion, she could not give me credit where it is due. She couldn't give me credit where it is due. She couldn't be neutral with me because my boyfriend was not neutral with her. She was not neutral with my man. It was not just one of her boys. I had been in the climate or presence of my boyfriend's older friends. I had my ex liked hanging out with these older, and especially colored chicks. I don't know what that was about. And in the past, and also it would be a case in the future too, where it is that we'd hang out with his older female colored friends, chicks, and they were cool with me. They were cool. Even though I was just a kid to them, they could tell that I was much younger, but they were not giving me grief. They were not vibing bad with me. Yeah. Because they were not sleeping with him. That one colored chick passed me all that shade because she was sleeping with my man, or something was going on between the two of them. But they had history. That's what I'm trying to explain. And it was clear, like I said, it stank. I could pick it up. Something was up, alright? And I didn't say anything about it because my boyfriend, like, whatever, I was not trying to get into that, and I was not that kind of girl anyway to get into it. Because, you made me that chick, but I was historically the chick to basically sing, "Are you hungry, honey? Did you eat, baby? Let me hang up your coat, your coat, your coat." Like the type of chick that got a lot of beef over something, where she ain't gonna let you know that happened. She ain't gonna let you know. Those are the dangerous times. Anyway, whatever. Bit of a Lynn Whitfield and thin line between love and hate. I'm not saying I'm that like murderous chick, but like some women don't tell a guy when they saw him cheating. That was me. Like some women don't, like, they don't raise it. I'm just saying. And dangerous. Woohoo! Thank God I got born again. Anyway, whatever, because we don't know what people would be doing actually in these streets. Never mind being born again, but I also got, what is this? I grew out of it though. I did. With my last relationship, I was no longer taking prisoners. With my last relationship, I was no longer gonna just take suspicion in my stride or cheating in my stride. I basically matured past the point of just taking anything in a guy because cause I'm problems. I used to be like that, but somewhere along the way I stopped because I saw that it was not good for my health, mental health, and also physical. It was not good, so I started to expect fidelity. I started to expect faithfulness. I started to expect basically just being treated well and being regarded highly by my man and treated, yeah, all that jazz. So maybe I was not gonna drive a knife into the heart of a man because I started to actually talk, because in the past I never used to talk. I used to just swallow stuff, and that is the kind of stuff that is gonna cause a bit of a Cindy Mankele and a Flava incident. Man is out just dead and somebody out just singing cell block tango. Yeah, but I overcame, and then I got saved in Christ, and now all I do is talk, right? So talking helps so that you don't drive knives into people's skulls or whatever. Yeah, but like Jael, I might actually drive a knife into the head of a man that gotta go. Like this dude Wako America, I've been speaking about it for a minute, about how it is that the glory when you don't do the right thing as men ultimately gets put in the hands of women of a war. Like the glory of bringing a war to finality by conquering an enemy. When men don't man up, the Lord humiliates that ecosystem by causing glory to be handed over into the arms or the hands of a woman. So y'all are facing a Jael moment all up in your grill, a Deborah moment all up in your grill, because ain't no man out here standing up to the occasion. Moving on. Okay, yeah, this colored chick that out here passed me all that shade, that was of course sleeping with my boyfriend. It might be speculation, but I feel like I'm accurate. Yeah, the only reason she was treating me that way was because there was a sin that she had committed in the past. There was something, there was an infraction that she committed against me, and there was a soul tie she created with my boyfriend, and so she got jealous, embittered, and felt entitled to him. However, from a vantage point where she could not complain, seeing as she entered into a contract with my boyfriend for there to be no complaints when such things happen, that her way of dealing with a conflict in her heart and the rejection that she feels was to treat the woman that he was parading around on his makwapa, even though Mengo was the main chick anyway, whatever, like trash. She treated me like trash. She treated me like trash because that was her way to cope, to deal, and to make herself feel better. So that infraction that she had committed against me, that chick, with my boyfriend, unbeknownst to myself, however suspected by me, yeah, is the root cause to why you refuse to give credit where it is due to people who have displayed that they ought not be treated the way that you have all this time been treating them. I went there and I clapped a whole bunch of grown-ups on 30 seconds. I was the youngest kid there. I was the youngest person there. I was the only one there that was a teenager. Everybody else was of working age. Everybody was in their 20s. And I was a teenager and I clapped everybody. Got 30 seconds. Got 30 seconds. Do you understand? I clapped them. That ought have been like, so what school do you go to? That's what they were supposed to do. You said you're what, only 17, 18? What school do you go to? What subjects do you study? You probably do good in school, ne? You do good, ne? Because how do you know all this stuff? That's what they were supposed to say. They were supposed to finally, like, basically kudos me, acknowledge me. They were supposed to realize that we might have treated this chick like a child, and even though she might still be a child to a certain extent, she has slayed adults. So let's give somebody a congratulations out here. Let's open a new bottle of Hunter's Dry and give it to her as a celebration, seeing as you celebrate with alcohol when you're in the world. Like, let's say, well done, girl, you're good at this game. I never could have ever imagined that we could, like, beat them by such a big margin. That we could beat them by such a, yeah, guys, I helped them trapa, do you understand? The other team. And they did not give me kudos. Because sins were committed in the run-up too. That made it utterly unacceptable. Because of pomp, arrogance, ego. To ever give clout to that. Not to my arch enemy, not to my arch rival. But what has made me your arch rival exactly? Why am I your arch enemy? Girl, you just met me today. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Why am I your arch enemy? Oh, I see. Because you've been making war with the kingdom of heaven, I see. Because you stole something from me, my boyfriend, you've been sleeping with my man, I see. I am your arch enemy, unbeknownst to myself, only because every so often when I turn my head like in some opposite direction, you're already tongue wrestling with my man. You, chickie, can never ever let me gain credit where it is due, because when I walked out of the bathroom, I saw you and my boyfriend breaking away from each other, almost as if though you were busy sniliutswana, Belittling. And when I got out of the bathroom, you quickly broke away from each other. That's why. It does not matter what I do. I could deliver South Africa from an alien invasion in one sitting. But just because you were sleeping with my man, and so have committed an infraction against me, you will not congratulate me from rescuing even you from an alien invasion. Even you have been rescued from an alien invasion, and yet you cannot award credit to the rescuer because you were sleeping with her boyfriend. That's the difference, don't you see? Kyona nto eli dumpang, kyona eli tlapang, kyona eli ravazang, kyona eli trapang trapi. That's the thing that's slapping you silly. The fact that you stole something from me, just like that chick has stolen something from me. She was busy with my man. That's why she could not give credit where it's due. All her girls were cool with me, even though they were older than me. It was not really my age that was the issue, was it? Because, like I said, I had hung out with other of my ex's older female friends that treated me well. It was not my age that was problematic. The issue was that she was messing with my guy. That's what was good. That's what was good. So just like that colored chickie, that even though I drop at them, got 30 seconds, we're taking 5 finger. That keeps on migrating from one place of the face to the next, because inkarona lady wave. You know, and then like a frequency wave attack on your face because you still feel it 5-10 seconds after